everyone, this is 2 Years Transplanted, and if you want to see how to make a vintage Elegance wreath, just stay tuned.
You'll need a 40 count pack of heart doilies, and these are the white color, and we got these at Dollar General for $1. You will also need some of these brads, and these were called brass fasteners. They're the 1/2 inch size. They come in a 200 pack, and I believe these are $1.97 at Walmart.
You will need 1 wire wreath form from Walmart for $2.97.
Some green chenille stems, otherwise known as pipe cleaners.
For this we used pink and iridescent glitter.
You will need scissors, a pen, and a piece of paper to make a stencil. A glue gun and glue sticks. You will also need an iron. The 2 colors that we used for our roses are the cameo pink and the pink blush, and these were from Walmart, 50 cents a piece. Okay guys, so the first step is to take one of the 40 count heart doilies that we got at the Dollar General for $1, or if you can find these anyplace else, you could use those too. It's basically the same thing. What you're going to do is make sure that the embossed side is facing down. Take each side of the heart and bring it inward. Make a cone at the bottom, just like that. And then you're going to want to flatten that very edge of the cone, just the edge. Then you're going to take your wire form, and this one from Walmart has 4 rings. I believe the ones from the Dollar Tree have 3, but this one has 4. And you're going to want to go in this middle section so that you have 2 of the rings caught in between, like so. Bring this back up to meet the front, and you're going to take one of your brads and just stick it through, but make sure that you're sticking it through the top and the bottom. Yep, see? And then you come around and open up the brad in the back, like that. Can you see that? And now it's attached. And you're going to want to do that all the way around if you want to make a whole wreath of this. We're only going to do it halfway around because we're also going to be using some deco mesh on this. So, but you do want to do both
rings.
Yeah, you want to make sure that you do a row here and a row here. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so we're going to finish this up on that doing all the hearts, and then we'll come back and show you guys what it looks like. Alright, as you can see, we have the first row done, and that's what it looks like. Now we're going to come back and go underneath this last wire and do another row. But as you can also see, we only did half of the wreath. We did not do the entire portion of the wreath, but we are going to do both sets of rows. We also wanted to point out really quickly that, see how the wreath is in sections, this wire form? So for every section, we put 5 doilies on each row. We'll be putting them on each row. We only have the first row completed right now, but on that second row, we're going to do the same thing. It's going to require 5 of these doilies in that one section. You can see we have an entire half completed now, and that's both rows, and this is what it looks like. Looks like fluffy lace. Okay, so this other half, we are going to put some green mesh, and we'll show you guys what that looks like. Okay, so trial and error. Our 21-inch mesh is just a little bit too wide for our liking, so what we're going to do is we took the mesh and we cut it into half, so it's 10.5 inches now each piece. 10.5 inches by 12 inches is how we cut this now. So if you have 21-inch mesh, just slice it down the middle and it'll work perfectly. And what we did is we just already attached one piece of the green mesh, and I'm going to put this on the tripod and we're going to show you how we did that. Okay, so just take your piece of 10.5-inch mesh, or if you can find this color in 10-inch at a craft store, then I'd recommend doing so. And just
more of a deeper green. It's really a pretty color.
It's a vintage, kind of an olivey green.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're just going to bunch it up really simple. Take your green pipe cleaner, and we started where the doilies ended, and we're just going to put it in between these two rows like that. Set our green in it. Make sure it's even on both sides, and then just give it a good twist. And then we're just going to push it up to the next one. We're trying to make it real full. Now don't worry about these pipe cleaners showing, because we're going to bring those around to the back when we're done. And we're going to fill up this section all the way up this section until it's completely filled and it ends where the other set of doilies begins. Okay, so we're going to finish that and we'll be right back. Alright guys, so now we have all of the mesh added onto the opposite side of the wreath, and if there are any sparse sections, that's all going to be covered up with our roses, so no worries about that. And as you can see, one side is the mesh, one side is the doilies. So now we're going to get started on the fun part, and that is showing you guys how to make the toilet roll roses. Okay, so the easiest way that we have found to do this stencil is it's going to be a 6-petal flower, but if you're not great at getting the flower petal exact, the best way to do it is to take like a vitamin bottle, and you're just going to put it down, and you're going to draw 6 circles that connect to each other. So like this. I'm going to start with one. And then you're going to make each one connect slightly to the one before it. Like so. And continue doing that until you have 6 circles. Okay, so when you're done drawing, it's going to be like this. And you're just going to cut around the circles. And you're going to flip it over to use it as your template, because you don't want to be staring at these circles. It'll be confusing. But this should give you a pretty even flower stencil. Alright, so as you can see, the stencil's cut out. Now you're going to flip it over, and as you can see, it's got 6, it's like a 6-petal flower. Okay, you're going to begin by taking your 3 toilet paper rolls and slicing them down the middle. And then you're going to take your iron. Then we're going to take the toilet paper roll and put it on an iron-safe surface. And we're just going to pass it over for about 15-20 seconds just to make sure that it's flat. And if it would even be better if you had a piece of parchment paper to put over the cardboard. That way if there's any glue residue left from when the tissue was on it, it won't wind up on your iron, it'll wind up on the parchment paper. So be extremely careful when you do this step, and remember, no children, only adults doing this. Okay, so now we're ironing them, and like I said, just 15-20 seconds. You just want to smooth them out flat enough so that you can put your stencil on top and get an even stencil. Okay, so once you place your stencil onto the toilet paper roll or a paper towel roller, you can also use paper towel roll, just cut it in half, and place your stencil on top, cut around, and then we're going to use our cardboard as our flower. Okay, so once you have your stencils cut, you're going to take your scissors, and you just want to make cuts along each petal leading up to the middle, but you don't want to cut direct all the way through where the cuts meet. You want to leave a space where the cuts are not touching, because otherwise your petals will just fall off. It's very important to get them close, but not touching. Like that. Like that. And like that. And finally like that. Now you're going to take one of your petals on one side, and you're just going to make it kind of rounded a little bit. The nice thing about the cardboard is it does kind of keep its shape. And then you're going to bend back your petals a little bit at the top, and you can do this too once you're done. You can go back and reshape and everything and see what needs to look more realistic and what doesn't, but for the most part it's going to look pretty dang realistic. Okay, and then you're just starting to make a bud shape with it. Just want to start to make a bud. Once you have a bud, you want to glue that down, which I'm not going to glue that down for time purposes right now, but that's what you need to do. You need to glue it. Then come along on this opposite side and do the same thing and start wrapping it around your bud. And you're going to play with your petals and make them look as realistic as you can. And then you're going to grab the next petal next to it, glue that a little bit to the flower next to it, to the petal next to it, and then begin shaping. Just going to shape it, trying to get it as realistic looking as possible. See, like that. And then you're going to continue to the next petal, and the next petal, and the next petal. And then, once you get that done, you're going to do the same steps with your second stencil and your third stencil, but you're not going to do that rosebud piece in the middle. You're just going to start shaping the outer portions and bringing them in and gluing along the back side of your original middle. So once you get all of that done, which doesn't really take as long as you would think it does, it's really very simple, then you're going to paint it. And that's what we're going to do now. So we're going to give these flowers a vintagey pink paint. Just wanted to give you guys a quick look at what a couple of the roses look like before they're painted. And then when you see them again, they'll have some paint on them. Alright, now we just wanted to give you guys a quick look at the roses now that they're painted. And as you can see, on some of them, Mama Sponge painted the light first and then dark as an accent, and then vice versa on the others. And we just put a little bit of accent on the tips of glitter, just to give it a little sparkle going there. And that's how we did it. So, alright everyone, so here's the finished product.
Isn't it beautiful?
This is our vintage Elegance wreath, and we just are absolutely enamored with the way this came out because we just think it has such a lovely vintage feel and just a romantic vintage style. So we hope that you like this wreath, and it doesn't have to be just for Valentine's Day. You can make this and leave it on for every day. So that's what we intend to do. And look how pretty this lace, it actually looks like stiffened lace, the doily.
And we thought the gold brass just brought it out even more.
Yes, it did. It really, really did. It added that expensive touch to it. So we hope that you like this wreath. We really enjoyed bringing it to you.
It was so much fun making it. You really have to try this.
And who would ever believe that this
is paper toilet rolls?
I mean, that's just amazing to us. So thank you guys for watching. And remember, in this world of chaos, confusion, and heartache, God is always with you. If you're going to pray, don't worry.
And if you're going to worry, don't pray.
Have a great day, guys.
Bye.
Bye.